being the big Sally Phillips fan that I am, a few years ago I decided to start watching Smack the Pony. I got relatively far into it and then I stopped watching it for one reason or another. I can't really remember why. I decided to give it another chance. So I've watched the first episode again, and I have to say it's hit or miss. There are some sketches, this is a sketch show, that I thought were really good, and there were some that I just don't get. And I think the ones that I just don't think were that funny are maybe a product of its time, or maybe it's just not my style of humor. But I will say, in terms of the acting, in with the the camera angles, the directing, the editing, all of that is really good. It's just I only found maybe a third of it funny. And this is just the first episode. I remember liking the other episodes that I watched, so I will keep going with it. But I will say there are certain aspects that feel quite dated. So we have Fiona Allen, Doon Mackichan, and Sally Phillips. And obviously, being a huge Sally Phillips fan, that's definitely a pull factor. Doon Mackichan, I've heard some pretty good things about. I have seen her in a few things other than this. Fiona Allen's work, I'm not otherwise familiar with. But there's nobody in this who I would say was nobody who kind of stood out above the other. I think they all had the limelight in their own ways and all gave really great performances. And that's not something that I would dispute. The talent in this is strong. But for me, the comedy is not the most engaging. There were 2 or 3 aspects of this that I thought were very entertaining and I thoroughly enjoyed. It's also worth pointing out that most of these revolve around women kind of making fun of us in some way or showing off different kinds of personalities. This comes across a lot with the dating agency videos, and I will be honest, there was maybe too many of them in this first episode. There is a decent amount of variety in the first episode, but it could have been better. But they are obviously still developing the show at this point. I expect once you get to the end of the first series or into the second series, the variety will be greater. They will have honed in certain characters. So I think it's a pretty good start. The dating agency videos, I have to say, I didn't really like. I wasn't that bothered by. The singing match, though, I absolutely loved. I thought this was fantastic. This sketch shows 2 women singing along to the radio, and one of them is a really great singer, absolutely fantastic singer. The other one, not so much, but they constantly try and outshine each other until, well, I won't say how it ends, but I just think it was fantastic. Sally Phillips in that was absolutely amazing. I really thoroughly enjoyed her performance. The other one that I quite enjoyed, and I think this was the first sketch in the episode, was the one at the swimming pool. It's very short, very brief, but just made me laugh so much because it's so true about the nature of expectation versus reality, and that amused me a lot. So there's definitely potential being shown in this first episode. There are certain sketches that really hit the mark for me. There are certain ones that for me personally, didn't work very well, but they're very well acted. So I think it depends on what you're looking for in a sketch show, and there are a lot of comedy sketch shows out there that appeal to certain styles of humour and not to others. This one, I think, could appeal to a lot of people. I mean, of course it did appeal to a lot of people. It ran for 3 series, and then there was apparently a couple of specials, and then a comic relief skit for 2017, which I'm looking forward to seeing, because I don't believe I've seen it. I might have done. But certainly it's very successful. It won Emmys for the Best Popular Art Show. It was nominated for BAFTAs. It's done well for itself. It's very well acted. There's a lot of confidence in the performances, whether it's pseudo-confidence or not, I don't know. But the characters themselves are pretty creative, pretty well developed. The delivery of the humour, although timely, doesn't always appeal to me. But the ones that I liked, I really liked. I'm looking forward to carrying on watching it. Once I get to the end of the show, if I find that my opinions have changed, one way or another, if I really love it, or find that actually it didn't improve, I might do an updated video. But for now, I'm glad I've given Smack the Pony another chance. I'm happy to continue watching it, if only for the scenes that I like. There's certainly something promising on the horizon with this one.